Okay, I'm here with another team now. We had the Fort Knox Federal Credit Union team here at the Nelson County Relay for Life, and I have Alicia, who is with the, I assume you're the one who works there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have no child labor issues here.
No.
And these are your two sons?
Yes, they're two of my three. Yes.
2, 3, okay. Tell us your name.
Tristan.
And?
Bryson.
Okay. Now, for the Relay for Life, you have some different stuff set up here. It looks like some games, some fun stuff. Tell us a little about it.
We have Spin the Wheel and our Duck Pond. Each are $1 a chance, and then we also have our pork chop sandwiches.
Okay.
They're really good.
Yes, I bet they are. So you've been raising some money for, have you been doing it all year long?
Yes, especially the last few months, but yeah, all year long since the last relay.
Absolutely. And you have like a lot of people here for your team too. Do you know how many people are on your team?
We have, let's see, we have 2 different branches. So we've got 7 from one branch and I think 4 or 5 from another branch.
Fantastic, fantastic. And this, I know Fort Knox has been involved with this for quite some time.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so tell me about, how are you enjoying this Relay for Life event?
Do you like it?
Have you won anything with your duck pond yet?
No.
Or can't you take part because you're here part of the team, right?
You got to work the booth.
How about you? Tell us, how does this spin the wheel game work? Do you know?
Well, it's $1, so you give us the dollar and then you spin the wheel, and then there's 3 different numbers. There's 3 different boxes, and 1 is for a prize, 2 is for a prize, and 3 is for like a best prize or something.
Okay. So 3 is what you want, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And how many times have you spun it? What number are you getting up with?
I haven't spun it yet.
Haven't done it yet? Okay. So, also, you're working towards it.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Have you had a pork chop sandwich yet?
No.
They've had the Kona ice.
Yeah, the Kona ice is good.
That's pretty good too, right?
Yeah.
That's worth coming out here for this, right?
Uh-huh.
On a day like this, it really helps.
Yes, the Kona ice definitely helps.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of that, we have some kids' games. You're right across this is ideal spot for you two, right?
Yes.
And you've been over there enjoying them?
Yes.
We've already got the wristbands.
Just wristbands let us go in all day.
All day. And it all goes to the American Cancer Society, right?
Yes, absolutely.
How much were the wristbands?
$5 for all day. Yeah.
Fantastic. So what's been your favorite one of those behind us?
Obstacle course. Yeah.
Oh, the obstacle course. Did you make it through easily?
Yes.
Have you competed against each other?
Yes, I won the first time. He won the second time.
Okay, well, that's great. You both got there, right?
Yeah, you pretty much have to like jump through a bunch of obstacle courses and sometimes the other person wins the next time.
Right. Well, at least both won, so that's good, right? So this is a great event for them to learn some stuff about the American Cancer Society as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're a big supporter, and it's a good thing to get them involved in. Involved early.
Well, I'm going to let you go because you have some people at your booth, so hopefully you're going to make some more money. And again, this is the Fort Knox Federal Credit Union booth here for the Nelson County Relay for Life. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm here now with Stacy Phillips. Why did you decide to become chair?
Actually, my mother passed away 2 years ago from cancer. She was diagnosed with lung cancer and passed away 14 days after being diagnosed. So I've been a volunteer for 5 years, but after she passed away, I became way more involved and wanted to do a lot more things. So this year I became chair. Before today, we were at 27,000, and then our bank night brought in almost another 10. So we're up to almost 40,000 before today's event. So.
That's great.
Yeah, we're getting there. So we're hoping for a lot more, but we're getting there.
Okay. So as we said, we're here for this event today. Tell us some of the stuff that's going on here tonight.
Okay, we have our survivor meal that started at 6. We will supply a meal for all of our survivors, and after that they will come out and they will be given a medallion for being a survivor, because we like to honor our survivors, obviously. And then we will have our caregiver walk for the caregivers of all of our survivors, and then all of our team participation. We have a silent auction that's going on inside this building along with our cakewalk. All of our teams have different booths set up, carnival type rides for the kids, games, and then we'll do our luminarias at 10 o'clock tonight.
Fantastic. And you have something here for.
Yes, we have a keepsake luminaria that we are still taking orders for. They are $35 and they're made out of a hard plastic, and you can have your loved one in honor, in memory, or in support of. You have a picture put on it, and you get to take it home with you after the event. So they're very nice. You can keep them out all year long.
Absolutely, that's fantastic.
Yep.
And the money's raised through various different teams, obviously, but also various different efforts.
Yes, we're very lucky in Nelson County. You know, we're now getting the 3D mammography, so that's a great addition to Nelson County. So we're super excited about that for early detection. So we preach that a lot too. So
I'm here now with Tom Isaacs, who is a survivor and a volunteer here in Nelson County with cancer patients. And tell us a little about your story, if you would, Tom. You were diagnosed, you said, in
It was 1972, bladder cancer. My strangest memory is being in the hospital. This was down in Bowling Green, smoking my pipe in my hospital bed. I mean, and it was probably Borkum Riff pipe tobacco that caused the cancer in the first place. But back in, and I haven't smoked now for about 25 years, but yeah, that was kind of strange. Borkum Riff was an extremely sweet smoking tobacco, and so it probably had more poisons in it than you can imagine. But yeah,
But we've learned stuff over these years, right?
oh yes, yeah. And I was fortunate; they did catch it in time. I didn't have to undergo any chemo. They were able to do it all with surgery, and obviously, 1972. I couldn't even tell you how many years ago that was now. Let's see.
46.
Thank you. So I guess I probably could be considered a survivor then. Yeah.
That's great. You say once you're diagnosed and you survive a day, you're a survivor, according to the American Cancer Society. So you've been around.
That's right.
That's great. Now you also volunteer here in the community, you were saying too.
At Flagey Hospital at the oncology department, we on Thursday mornings, the hospital auxiliary. I'm a member of the hospital auxiliary. Thursday mornings, I come in and just help. Do that once a week, and just several hours a week. But I know the kind of stress that people are under when they come in after having a diagnosis, and their families. So try to give as much help and just as much calming help as we possibly can, helping to check them in, weigh them. I also call myself a chemo monkey. I run back and forth between the main hospital and the cancer center with bags of chemo from the pharmacy upstairs on the second floor at Flagey.
Okay, fantastic. Now, also, I was talking, and it's very fortunate that here in Nelson County, we have a live studio audience here, Tom, that we're talking with, some of the kids here. But here in Nelson County, we're very lucky that there is cancer treatment opportunities available.
Oh yes, and they're in the process of trying to expand it as well. Something called Project Hope, and they're going to be increasing the number of treatment suites that they have, and also bringing a pharmacy over to the cancer center itself, and a little lab will be turned into a larger lab or pharmacy. So it will help facilitate the treatment. The number of cancer patients, I've only been doing this for a couple of years, but it increases every single year, and it's gone up very, very sharply in the last, well, we'll say 5 years. So there's something about Nelson County, and I'm not saying what product might be involved, but it seems like we're kind of prone to cancer around here. My own case, that was not true, but my late wife, Carol Hall Isaac, lived in the Edgewood subdivision, and it seemed like Edgewood was just prone to having cancer diagnosis up and down the street on both sides. So who knows, but anyway, we need treatment centers. It's much better than, if you're going to have to undergo a chemo session, you'd rather just drive about 5 miles maybe, or 2 miles, rather than driving all the way up to Louisville, fighting the traffic, then getting in there. Getting the treatment time varies, but it's several hours normally, and then driving all the way back, or having some family member do that. So yeah, we're very, very fortunate to have the facility here in Nelson County.
Absolutely. And sometimes the treatment itself may not be the issue, it's what happens afterwards and that drive that you have to look forward to. So having it locally is really helpful too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, that's it's just all around a good situation to have, and I'm very proud of the volunteer work that I do out there.
Now, the American Cancer Society Relay for Life here in Nelson County has been going on since 1995, and I know that you were probably at that first one covering it, right?
Yes, yeah, with a radio station at that time, yeah, WBRT and WOKH, and yeah, it is I'm glad they're making an effort to do things a little different, like last year moving it here. And this is a beautiful facility now. The Fair Board has done a wonderful job on taking care of the hall here, Sandals Hall. But
And having the inside opportunity today, particularly, is good.
with air conditioning and all. But no, it's just a beautiful, beautiful facility. But
What would you say has been the biggest thing that you've learned about the American Cancer Society, having covered these events for 23 years, or been part of them now for about 23 years, that's been going on here in Nelson County?
well, it's just if you've got to have the focus to be able to tackle something as big as trying to find a cure for cancer, and sticking to this is what it really requires. And we have dropped in our numbers as far as relay is concerned over the last several years. But now by taking this a different approach, at least we're attempting to do an end around some of the attendance problems. And this is a nice facility. We've got a great fairgrounds. It doesn't get used all that much, and I'm just happy to see them using it for this. And maybe a couple of years, 3 years at this facility, it'll start to pick back up again.
And again, we're here for the American Cancer Society Relay for Life here in Nelson County, raising money and awareness about cancer and all the stuff that's out there to be helped with treatment. And it's for survivors that were here, which is one reason, but also for the volunteers that make it all possible and help all those individuals here in Nelson County. So thank you from both regards.
And we got a lot of volunteers here from the oncology department at Flagey. They've been working very hard on registering people and getting them their little medals and just helping to organize things. So glad to see them. They're my I call them my co-workers. They're not volunteers, but you'll find them at events like this all through the year. So their hearts are in the right place.
It's a mission. When you have a job like that, it's a mission that you're doing.
Exactly.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary.
Right, been talking with Tom Isaacs, Gary White, Channel 6, Central Kentucky Television.